everybody, this is Andrea Turowski here with Office L Solutions, and I am here to talk about tax time, which can be a very overwhelming experience for a lot of you, and it sure was for me, but I am here to make it a lot easier, so stay tuned. Okay, so now we're going to talk about taxes, and if you own a small business, you know you have to pay taxes. That's just how it is. If you work anywhere, you have to pay taxes, unfortunately, and the more money you make means the more taxes you have to pay. And when I first got started, this was hard for me to wrap my head around because I thought, why do I have to work twice as hard, make my own money, and then have to pay almost half of that to the government who does nothing? In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that you're still making more money. You are still making more money than you would be making if you didn't work hard, if you didn't make that extra income. I'm a dental hygienist too, so I make income from that, but I make more income as well from my tutoring and from my business coaching. So that puts me into another tax bracket, which means I have to pay even more. So for a lot of you, you might be thinking to yourself, well, do I really have to claim my business so then that way I don't have to pay the extra taxes? Well, yes, you do. Legally, you need to claim your business, and legally you need to pay taxes on your business. You need to make a certain amount, but if you make that certain amount, then yes, you need to be claiming taxes. If you make $500 extra a year, no, you don't need to worry about that. If you're making an extra $10,000 a year, yes, you need to start claiming that for your taxes. But I'm going to teach you a few tips and tricks to make it easier, because when I first started, I had no idea. I did a lot of research online. I talked to many accountants to see who would be the best one for me, and they had offered me some tips and advice along the way that I'm about to share with you. So number one would have to be claim as much as you can. Claim your office expenses. Claim anytime you take a client out for dinner, out for lunch, out for coffee. Save all of your receipts and make sure to claim all of those. If you have a home office and you have a separate room for that home office, make sure to claim that. If your home office happens to be in your living room or your kitchen, you can't claim that because you are using that space for other things. So that's a loophole that they have where in order to claim your business, you need to have it as a separate room in the house. So if that means using the basement as your home business, yes, you can do that, but it needs to be strictly for your home business. Take your transportation, if you take the bus or if you have a car and you use that to meet clients or to do your work, to meet potential clients, to hold meetings, to host meetings, things like that. You can use your gas and your mileage to claim that against your taxes. The internet, which is a big thing for me. I use the internet for everything because I have a home-based business and my business is primarily online. So I am lucky where I can claim a percentage of the internet that I use. So for example, if I said that I use my internet 100% of the time for my home-based business, for my tutoring and for my business coaching, that's not true because some of that percentage is my own personal use too. So you need to figure out what percentage is for your personal use and what percentage is for your home-based business use also. If you have office expenses or business expenses and business equipment, you can claim that. So if you bought a new laptop, a new desktop, if you bought pens, pencils, a new computer desk, a new computer chair, save all of your receipts because you can use that at the end of the year. Now for certain more expensive business expenses, you can only claim a certain portion per year, so keep that in mind. And this is where a tax professional, a professional accountant comes in handy because they know how to do all of this. I'm the type of person where I like to do everything myself, especially when it comes to money. But you know what? I'm not a professional tax pro. I'm not a professional accountant. So having me try to do all of that myself just doesn't make sense, because it would take me hours, thousands of days, thousands of weeks of wasted time to learn all of that stuff, when at the end of the day, sure, I had read a lot and learned a lot, but do I actually know what I'm doing? Probably not. So in this case, it took me a while, but eventually I did hire a tax pro. I did hire an accountant to help me with all of that, and it has saved me a lot of money and hassle and time for just so much. So that is something that I do suggest that you do, because it will help. And another thing that I can say is that if you give money to charities, you can use a portion of that too. So keep that in mind. What else can you use? What else haven't I said? Trying to think now. Those are pretty much the main ones. And another main one that I would like to mention is that if you use PayPal or any type of service to get money from people online, fees are always involved with that. So those fees, if you show your tax pro or your accountant those fees, you can write those off too. So there are so many things that they try to do to help small businesses like yourself to write things off. So make sure to just keep track of everything. And my advice to you is keep your business and your personal accounts separated. So have a separate credit card for only business, so then you can easily keep track of that and keep track of it every single day. Don't think at the end of the year, okay, I'm going to just look at all of my expenses, look at what I've made, put it on paper, give all those papers to my accountant, and he can handle it, right? Well, you know what? Having them go through all of your paperwork will cost you a lot of money, because it takes them time to have to go through everything. But if you hand them your expenses, what you made, your office expenses, your dinners out, your business supplies, your internet usage, if you hand them everything in a clear, organized file system, either by paper or by email, online, whatever it is, if you hand them something that is nice, clear, and organized, it will save you a lot of money, because it will take them less time to go through all of that, and less time means less money for you. So in conclusion, please be sure to read the rest of this on my blog at officel.com. And because I believe I've probably forgotten some tips or tricks somewhere, because I did have 12 as part of the article, so make sure to read that. But in conclusion, be organized and make sure to hire a tax professional. Hire an accountant to help you through this, because it is not easy. Okay, everybody, well, hopefully that helped, and stay tuned for my next video, and please be sure to visit me at officel.com.